The Assassin's Creed series has come a long way from its start in the previous generation of game consoles. What was once a game that was criticized for its repetition has now grown into a large-scale open-world experience in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. But does the open-world gameplay offer too much in this entry? Let's dig in and find out. Stories in the Assassin's Creed series have always taken place in both a modern, real-world setting and a historical setting via Abstergo Entertainment's Animus technologies. Black Flag is no different in this regard, introducing your unnamed character as a new employee of Abstergo Entertainment, whose primary job is to gather the memories of pirate and privateer Edward Kenway. Edward is a brash but intelligent knucklehead who, like everyone else, is looking to become rich. While his life may be adventurous, he eventually wants to slow down and live a normal life with his love interest. However, due to his chosen occupation, there's a strain on that relationship. Back in the real world, you slowly begin to realize that something's up with your new employer, but you're not quite sure what's going on yet. Although the main characters exist in two different worlds, the story does come together and make sense in the end. It'll be up to you to find out how the rest of the story unfolds. While it's probably not the best in the series or in gaming overall, Black Flag's story is entertaining at times, but it won't hold your interest for too long. Unfortunately, keeping track of what's going on in the story can be quite difficult due to the fact that there is so much for the player to do. You can easily get caught up in a side quest or other activities, especially when you're out sailing. With so many possible distractions, I have sometimes find myself asking, what am I really supposed to be doing? Since I'm on the subject of doing, let's get into the gameplay. I have yet to see a bad-looking game in the Assassin's Creed series, and going forward I don't believe I will. Black Flag continues the tradition and is another great-looking game in the series. All of the different locations are vibrant and highly detailed and come alive with local residents you can interact with. The beaches look amazing and make you wish you were there, minus the conflicts of course. The way the Jackdaw reacts to big waves and storms when sailing is really impressive. You'll see water splash on the deck of the ship when moving through waves. While all this is happening, you'll notice the ship's crew working. Even when weather conditions are calm, the ocean is incredible to look at. Watching this review gives you an idea of what I'm talking about, but the best experience is going to be on your screen at home. Ubisoft knocked out the visual presentation and did just as good with the sound. The voice acting is well done and is convincing for the time period the game is set in. Walking through the different towns and hearing random conversations while passing by the local residents brings these areas to life. The sounds of the ocean are authentic and complement the visuals whether you're standing around the beach or on board the ship. I thought it was great that they had the ship's crew randomly sing shanties while sailing for long distances. It definitely makes the journey more fun when you can't fast travel. You can even hear the creaks in the wood of the Jackdaw as you make turns to get to your destination. Firing the cannons and hitting your target while in combat further demonstrates the attention to detail that was put into the audio. Ubisoft didn't miss a beat here, so turn up the volume on your TV or headphones and enjoy. It's apparent that the majority of the development effort for Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag went into its gameplay. If you've played any of the past entries, Black Flag will be familiar to you. You can roam around town and interact with the locals or get into some trouble. To mark a destination on your map, you'll climb up to one of the highest points in the area to synchronize it in memory. This will enable you to fast travel back to this location later on in the game. You then have your main objectives that need to be carried out, which often leads you to find out key information about a specific item to collect, a destination to travel to, or an assassination target. There are side missions as well as hidden items to find while you're on land. In Black Flag, these elements have been greatly expanded on now that you travel mainly by sea, a gameplay element introduced in Assassin's Creed 3. Traveling by sea, you'll see that there are a great variety of tasks that you can engage in. These range from simple things like snatching up stranded cargo and pirates to all-out battles with other ships to steal their supplies to help upgrade your ship. You can stop at just about any destination, whether it's a part of the story or not, to find treasure chests or hunt a variety of animals. You can also hunt down sea life such as whales, which is sort of a mini game on its own. Using harpoons, you attempt to take out the whale to earn money. Conveniently, you can upgrade Edward and your ship while still on board. This makes things a little bit easier when you are between destinations and not close to a specific town. You can also take part in Kenway's Fleet, a mini-game on board the ship where you send ships you have captured from naval combat to earn money and other items. There's plenty more, but I will leave some of it for you to explore. Given all the activities available to you at sea, it is easy to lose sight of your real objectives and the story. While all the variety is a good thing for replay value, sometimes it just seems like there's too much available. On top of that, you'll often have to sail to new destinations since you haven't been there to synchronize the location and unlock fast travel. This makes for longer travel times at sea and again opens the door for you to get sidetracked by a naval battle, a treasure chest you didn't see before, or another hunt for whales. Aside from the possible distractions, the gameplay is solid and fun. The controls on land are what you'd expect from the Assassin's Creed series and hold up quite well with this iteration. The controls on the ship are just as good, which helps when simply navigating the sea or in a fierce combat situation. Overall, the gameplay experience in Black Flag doesn't disappoint. Also, for those of you playing on the PS3 or PS4, Black Flag comes with about an hour of free downloadable content starring Aveline. Aveline is a character that appeared in Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation. Make sure you give it a shot. With multiplayer in Black Flag, you're not introduced to anything new. You get the usual play modes from multiplayer modes found in other games. Some of the competitive modes include Manhunt, Artifact Assault, and Domination. Manhunt is simply a mode where teams take turns playing the hunter and the prey. Artifact Assault is a spin on the classic Capture the Flag mode. Domination is similar to Artifact Assault except that the goal is to take over and defend territories. Cooperative multiplayer is also available and features a mode called Wolfpack where you take out targets within a time limit. There are also Game Lab modes where you can play custom modes created by other players. While it's nice to have a variety of modes to choose from, they are all based on the ground missions available in the single-player campaign. What would have put the multiplayer over the top would have been for Ubisoft to include online naval combat. Being that the majority of the campaign involves naval combat, it is a bit of a disappointment that it does not have an online component. Overall, the multiplayer experience can be fun, but doesn't try to push the envelope with its offering. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag offers players another good entry in the series. The single-player gameplay is solid, although the story is not as interesting as past entries. The visuals and audio, as expected, are both excellent. While the multiplayer is cool, it isn't necessarily groundbreaking, and a huge opportunity was missed to add something new. With that said, I give Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag a 4 out of 5.